Good morning. Happy Wednesday morning. I have a question for you. Are toxic people making you sick in your life? The reason I'm asking this question is because I have a lot of clients that are dealing with this situation. I've had to deal with this situation in my own life, and I know there are a lot of you out there that are dealing with toxic people. If you're one of those people and you're on here live with me today, would you please put in the comment section, "That's me"? You're dealing with toxic people. And we don't always make the correlation between toxic people and our health. But I am here to tell you that toxic people are making you sick. Let me say that again. Toxic people are making you sick. And the hard thing is that a lot of the times those toxic people are our clients, right? And oftentimes those toxic people are our family members. I had someone say to me the other day, this client of mine, that she needed help dealing with her relationship with her mother because she's not going to sever her relationship with her mother. She wants to have a relationship with her mother. It's really important to her, but her mother is toxic. It's always a situation where before she picks up the phone to call, she starts to feel a little bit stressed out about the phone call because she knows when she gets on that call that her mother is going to make comments that are going to irritate her, that are going to be negative in nature. But she feels, that loyalty to her mother, that she still wants to pick up the phone and call her and have a relationship with her. But she's just not sure how to deal with that and deal with the toxic statements that are made and how that affects her health. And so she needed a little bit of guidance on that. And a lot of what we have to deal with when we're dealing with family members is just setting boundaries around the conversation and what's acceptable to us or not. But oftentimes we feel as if we don't have the right to do that. Or you might feel like, well, if I do that, it's going to upset them, or maybe it's going to create a problem, a bigger problem than the one that already exists. And sometimes it's harder to actually walk through that than to stay stuck where we are. Because when we walk through it, sometimes it gets a little harder before it gets a little better. So if this sounds like you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this happened to me in my own life, where I had to set boundaries with a family member who always was making negative comments about another family member. And I have to constantly remind this person when I'm on the phone with them that, you know what? I don't want to hear negative things about this other family member. So let's talk about something else. And some people learn when you set your boundaries, and other people, you have to keep reminding them of those boundaries. But it helps you as an individual be in a healthier place, because stress is the number one cause of unwanted weight gain. It's the number one cause of health issues that we're having. It affects us mentally, physically, and emotionally. And you might be in a position where you're saying, well, I'm good with my family. I don't really have any toxicity there, but boy, oh boy, do I have some toxic clients. And what do I do with them? I need to pay my bills. I need to pay my employees. I need to be able to run my business. And how do I handle those toxic clients? And again, this is something that I help my clients with. What I do is I work and function as an integrative nutrition health coach. So weight, extra weight that we don't want, health issues that we have that we need to deal with, are all symptomatic of other things that are going on in our lives. And so as an integrative nutrition health coach, I'm looking at the things that nourish you on your plate, but I'm really also looking at the things that nourish you off of the plate, such as your relationships, such as your finances, how those things are affecting you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And the toxic people are a huge, huge part of that equation. And obviously, sometimes we have to deal with toxic clients. You might be in a position where you can't let that client go right now because you need the income. So, what can you do to help yourself move through whatever interactions you are having with that client to reach the goals that you need to reach with them from a business perspective? Still be in a position where their toxicity is not permeating into your being, into your body, into your mind, into your spirit, so that it's not having a huge negative effect on you when it comes to your health and mental well-being and emotional well-being. So how is it that we do that when we're dealing with clients? Well, that's what I work with my clients on. And it really depends on the client and the situation. So each situation can be very different. And it's best to look at those situations independently and address the particular issues within that client relationship. That's going to help you get to the other side of it. Maybe you just need to face the fact that you need to let that client go. And you need to trust the fact that you're good enough at what you do that when you release that client, 2 more clients are going to come into your space that you can serve that are not toxic. So when we allow ourselves to release the toxic relationships from our lives or learn how to manage those in a healthy way, if it's a family member that we know we can't get rid of, and we don't really feel like we should be getting rid of that relationship, then there are things that we can put into place. There are things that you can put into place that are going to help you maneuver and work your way through each interaction with them. And each time you do that, it's going to be putting you in a healthier place, mind, body, and spirit, so that it's not affecting your health in a negative way, so that you're able to release the weight that you're wanting to release. And I think every one of you out there that's listening to me talk about this today have at least one toxic relationship that you're dealing with, probably more. And, we kind of make excuses for people. We make excuses for their behavior. I've done that. I know you've done that too. And it's because we're good people, right? We want to be compassionate towards others. We want to understand that maybe their behavior is a result of what they're physically going through, what they're mentally going through, what they're going through in their relationships and their businesses. But we do need to also make sure that we're protecting ourselves from absorbing that toxicity into our lives. And when it comes to friendships, I'm a firm believer that if you have toxic friendships, you just need to throw the cards on the table. And if things don't change, then you need to let go of those friends because they are not serving your life in a positive way. It's really important for you to be able to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up and elevate you, and that you can all rise together and support one another in a really healthy, productive way. And if you're just in that space where you're struggling with that's something that you're really not able to do, you don't know where to start, you just don't know how to handle that, jump on a call with me at chatwithcoachpaula.com and let's talk about where you are and what your goals on or where you want to be to get you to that place. Because your toxic relationships are affecting your weight, they're affecting your health, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. They are affecting you, and you need to get a handle on them so that you don't find yourself in a place 10 years from now where you're really sick and battling with chronic illness because you've allowed all this toxicity to be in your life and you've allowed these toxic relationships to continue, and you've continued to accept toxic clients into your business without putting yourself first, without putting your health first, without putting your weight first, without, putting your mental, spiritual, and physical well-being as your number one priority. If this is where you are in life right now, dealing with toxic relationships, let's have a conversation. I'll give you one really solid tip on what you can do when you walk away from that conversation that you can implement right away that will help you to get in a better place when you're dealing with toxic relationships. So if you know anybody, and I know you do, you definitely know people that are dealing with toxic relationships. Share this with them, tag them, let them know that they don't have to go for the rest of their life dealing with toxic relationships and having it affect their health in a negative way, that they can get that under control. And I'm happy to have a conversation with them about that. So thank you so much for joining me every day, Monday through Friday. I'm normally on here at 9 a.m. Today I got a little bit of a late start, so I might be shifting and showing up a little bit later, but we're kind of working our way through that with everything that's going on in our business. So I'm happy to be here with you. So thank you so much for joining me and always being here with me. I appreciate it. If you're here on the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the comment section. If you have any questions about toxic relationships and how they're affecting your health, just drop a comment to me and I'll get back to you. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Until then, go out and make it a great day.